I've got two final questions for you, and they're linked, and it's protectionism and globalism. Now, we see stimulus packages all around the world by different governments, and one of the things we hear all the time is, of course, we don't want governments to be protectionist and put those stimulus packages just because it suits their country, because that, we hear, is going to be to the detriment of the world as a whole. But isn't that what's happening out there at the moment?
If we in this country or any other country starts closing our and their markets to other people, the other people will react by closing their markets to us. That means less demand for our goods, fewer export opportunities, and that will cut straight into jobs and incomes here in this country. Be under no doubt at all, we would just pitch ourselves into a downward spiral of market closing, tit-for-tat action, one against the other, and we would have, as a result, less trade, less demand, fewer businesses as a result, fewer jobs, and a lower standard of living all round. So that is the last thing we need. We'd be on a hiding to nothing if we started triggering that sort of tit-for-tat action. But whilst it's important, therefore, for us to use all the opportunities offered to us by an increasingly internationalized economy, where markets are not only being created and growing and remaining open to everyone so that global trade can grow, we have to make sure that we in this country are supplying those goods and services and technologies to take advantage of the new growing markets that are being created internationally. So it's not just a question of keeping markets open, it's making sure that we are competitive in this country and more successful than others in supplying the goods and services that are being demanded in those markets. And of course all this involves a great deal of change. You know, when you're no longer sort of isolated or insulated, or sort of hermetically sealed as an economy, and you're open to trade, of course that is going to involve you in sometimes destabilizing economic and industrial change. That, I'm afraid, is what the stimulus of competition is all about. So what we also have to do is to make sure that people have the confidence, the sense of sort of security, being equipped with skills and ability to respond to these changes taking place in the economic and business environment around them, so that rather than say, oh my God, I can't face this, I'm going to sort of hide from change because I don't feel equipped or confident to take it on, what we've got to do as a government is to continue to make sure that people do have that confidence, that they are equipped, with the skills and the ability to work and move within not just our labour market but Europe's labour market as well, in order to take advantage of these new opportunities that are being created. People shouldn't see globalisation as something which is good for China, good for India, good for Brazil, but awful for us, that they're emerging and that we are somehow submerging. Of course changes are taking place, but as markets change and grow around the world, and these will present huge new opportunities for the sorts of quality premium goods and services and technologies that we're good at producing and generating, harnessing that knowledge from our science base, from our research and development activities, to make sure that we're able to compete for this new demand in these new markets, for these new products that are going to be bought and sold in the future. We can do it, but it means that we have to be prepared, we have to plan for it, and we have to make the necessary investment now in what we're able to provide in the future.